First, let's establish the basics. Our lovely damselette is a 5-star hydro character, and if these leaks are true, she could be the first of a new weapon type, or potentially a catalyst user given her elemental focus. But what immediately jumps out is her base stat line. Look at that base HP. A staggering 14,695. This is monumental, especially when you notice her incredibly low base AT of just 96. This immediately tells us that COLUMBINA is an HP scaling powerhouse, similar to Farina or Nilu, but with a unique twist. Her ascension materials are also partially revealed here. We see the standard hydro gems, but also what appears to be a brand new boss drop, resembling white feathered wings, fitting for our angelic-looking harbinger. Get ready to farm a new weekly boss for her. Now let's talk about her bread and butter, her normal and charged attacks, collectively named Moon Dew Cascade. Her normal attacks are straightforward, performing up to 3 instances of AoE Hydro DMG. But things get really interesting with her charged attack. Instead of just a stronger Hydro hit, if COLUMBINA possesses Verdant Dew charges, her charged attack transforms into Moon Dew Cleanse. This special attack doesn't consume stamina, and get this, deals AoE Dendro DMG to opponents in front. This is huge! A Hydro character who can natively apply Dendro with a charged attack opens up so many new team compositions and reaction possibilities, especially for Bloom and Hyperbloom. Moving on to her elemental skill, Eternal Tides, and this is where her kit starts to get truly dynamic. Upon activation, COLUMBINA awakens Moon-bound Tides, dealing AoE Hydro DMG, and then summoning a Gravity Ripple. This ripple follows your active character, continuously dealing AoE Hydro DMG to surrounding opponents. Think of it like Farina summons or Nilu's ring, providing consistent off-field hydro application. But here's the kicker. As your active character triggers lunar reactions, COLUMBINA accumulates a new resource called gravity. Once enough gravity has accumulated, the gravity ripple will unleash a special burst of damage. The type of damage and its scaling are based on the type of lunar reaction that has accumulated the most gravity. This skill has a fantastic 25-second duration with a 17-second cooldown, meaning you can maintain nearly 100% uptime, ensuring constant hydro application and gravity accumulation. Next up is her elemental burst, Moonlit Melancholy, and this is where COLUMBINA truly takes control of the battlefield. Upon activation, she temporarily transforms the surrounding terrain into a lunar domain for 20 seconds. While inside this domain, the crucial part is that lunar reaction damage is increased by a whopping 40%. This isn't just a simple stat buff, it's a field effect that significantly amplifies her unique playstyle. This domain will be essential for maximizing her personal damage and boosting her team's overall reaction damage, essentially turning every combat encounter into her personal stage. Now let's talk about the absolute core of COLUMBINA's kit, her passives and the revolutionary lunar reaction system. Her first passive, Call of the Moon, grants her a lunacy effect when Kuvaki interference is triggered, which likely relates to her skill or constellations. This increases her crit rate by 8% for 10 seconds, stackable up to 3 times, giving her a nice personal damage boost. But the main event is her second passive, Law of the New Moon, and her third passive, Moon Sign Benediction Borrowed Moonlight. These two passives collectively define the lunar reaction system. Essentially, when COLUMBINA is in the party, she upgrades existing hydro reactions into lunar versions. And here's why that's insane. The base damage of these lunar reactions is increased by up to 7% for every 1,000 points of Columbina's max HP. This means the more HP you stack on her, the more powerful these unique reactions become. This isn't just a minor tweak, it's an entirely new way to build around hydro reactions, giving her a unique niche in the meta. For those looking to go all in, Columbina's constellations are incredibly powerful, pushing her from a strong enabler to an absolute monster. Radiance over blossoms and peaks. This constellation provides immense team utility. Depending on the lunar reaction that accumulated the most gravity, it can restore elemental energy, provide resistance to interruption, or summon a powerful shield that absorbs damage based on her max HP. This makes her an even more versatile support. Not in lone splendor. This is a massive power spike for Columbina herself. When Kuvaki interference is triggered, her max HP is increased by a staggering 30%. Additionally, her moon sign ascendant glame allows her to buff the active character's AT, elemental mastery, or defense based on a percentage of Columbina's max HP. This constellation makes her an incredible buffer and significantly boosts her own reaction damage. Dreamlike Glow Across Tranquil Waters and C5 Silence Tending One Lone Song are standard talent level increases for her elemental skill and burst, respectively. Cloud-veiled ridges in floral mists. This constellation helps with energy economy. When Kuvaki interference is triggered, 4 elemental energy is restored to Columbina. It also increases the damage of lunar reactions that accumulate the most gravity, scaling even further with her max HP. More energy, more damage. What's not to love? And finally, the ultimate constellation, C6, Through Darkness Led by Moonlight. For 8 seconds after characters in the lunar domain trigger a lunar reaction, the crit damage of the corresponding elemental damage is increased by a shocking 80%. This constellation takes her already amplified lunar reactions and turns them into absolute nukes, making every teammate an elemental damage dealer of epic proportions. So what do we make of all this? Columbina, the Damselet, appears to be a truly unique 5-star hydro unit whose entire kit revolves around a brand new lunar reaction system and massive HP scaling. Her ability to apply Dendro with a charged attack, her continuous hydro field, her reaction-amplifying burst, and those insane constellations all point to a character who could completely warp the meta. She seems designed to enable powerful, high-damage reaction teams in a way we haven't seen before. Of course, as with all leaks, take this with a grain of salt. Things can change, and sometimes leaks are just concepts. But the level of detail here, from the specific numbers to the complex mechanics, suggests this is a very strong contender for her actual kit. What are your thoughts on Columbina's potential kit? Are you excited for lunar reactions? Do you think she'll be a must-pull? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please smash that like button, subscribe for more Genshin Impact content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video.